I'm Melissa Lee, and welcome to NBCU Academy. I'm the anchor of Fast Money on CNBC, where we focus on your money, how to make it, how to keep it, and how to grow it. And our online course at NBCU Academy will show you how we tell the story, educate viewers, and entertain. Now you might be thinking, financial news? Boring. Well, I may be biased having been here for more than 15 years now, but there is a money angle to every news story out there. Case in point, the pandemic. It's a story of suffering, of loss, of death tolls, of vaccines. But it's also been a driving force for the markets, the economy, and for us as financial journalists. Now think back to March of 2020. Coronavirus fears were raging. Countries around the world were locking down, and the U.S. was headed into the start of the depths of the pandemic. What happened to the stock market, which is basically a barometer of how investors feel about corporate America's future prospects? It crashed.
It was not a day for the faint of heart on Wall Street as the Dow had its biggest one-day point drop in history.
Monday, March 9th, the largest point plunge on the Dow Jones Industrial Average to date, followed by two more record-setting drops on March 12th and 16th. These were the three worst drops in U.S. history. Trillions of dollars in wealth wiped out. Big investors, retirement accounts, the 529 plans that may have helped you pay for tuition, they all took a hit. And while March 23rd marked the low of the stock market for the year, it was just the beginning of the impact the pandemic has had on Wall Street, Main Street, and the stories we told. That was quickly followed by widespread lockdowns, which caused businesses to close and people to lose jobs.
Employment in leisure and hospitality fell by, get ready for this, 459,000.
Stimulus checks from Washington were lifelines for Americans out of work.
About 80 million Americans received payments this week into their bank accounts.
People fled cities and bought houses in the suburbs, causing home prices to spike.
Sales of newly built homes jumped to a 13-year high in July as pent-up demand from the spring combined with pandemic-induced urban flight and a new need for bigger, more high-tech homes gave the builders a major boost.
And being at home changed our behavior and drove powerful investment trends and stock moves. WFH, work from home. We worked out at home on Pelotons. We held meetings on Zoom. We played video games, and we streamed movies. We didn't take planes, check into hotels, take cruises, or weekend in Vegas. People wanted to have investments that have inherent value, in other words, not tied to the fortunes of the stock market. We're talking about gold, art, baseball cards, and yes, Bitcoin. But now with vaccines on the way and hope that things are on track to returning to normal, stocks are back and then some, now sitting at record highs. So financial news, the story of your money, is everywhere in every news story out there. And we hope you'll join us here at NBCU Academy so we can share with you how we do it and why we love it. See you then.